Hi guys, so today I'm going to be talking about Taurus and Scorpio compatibility, so opposites of the zodiac. These two are both fixed signs, change can be difficult for them, but they tend to be more trustworthy and stable signs. When you have opposites, there's going to be a lot of focus on compromise and balance and if the two can be a team instead of fighting against each other. As far as opposites go in the zodiac, these two are actually going to feel like they have more in common than some of the other pairings. Really not going to feel that different from each other. Both can be very determined and they will go after success. And when they first meet, they're going to appreciate that about each other. Both of them can enjoy being in a relationship and they really like the stability that is provided by that. And because each of them are stable, especially when in a relationship that they want to be in, they're both gonna like that they can count on each other for that. Interestingly, both signs are very jealous, but neither is really that likely to cheat. Especially if they're in love, it can be rare for a Taurus or a Scorpio to want to go out and cheat when they're in a committed, happy relationship, or they're in love. They're both going to be possessive and they want to feel like their partner belongs to them. In a way, that can work, but that can also create tension and arguments. Taurus is very stubborn, and Scorpio knows what they like and what they don't like. Compromise can be tough here because they each want things their own way. Taurus is very set in their routine and their beliefs, and Scorpio takes it a step further and needs to constantly feel like they're in control. Scorpio is going to want to try to get control once the relationship gets started, but Taurus is not really going to allow that. Taurus can be very upfront though, and they're going to say what they're thinking and say what they mean. And Scorpio, is pretty clever in that way, and they can kind of figure out what it is that they need to do to control the Taurus. And when they feel like they have that control, it's going to ultimately make them feel satisfied. They can really do this secretly without the Taurus realizing it. And Taurus isn't looking to control anybody, they just like to have their things their own way. And when they're with somebody, they expect loyalty. And sometimes they can almost see their partner or their mate as kind of like their possession. If Taurus starts to feel like Scorpio is trying to control them, they're not going to like that. And that can definitely cause the two to butt heads. Like I said though, Scorpio can be pretty sneaky in figuring out whatever it is they need to in order to feel like they have control. They just really desperately seek that feeling. But sometimes it's just little things and the other person might not even notice. If they're feeling in control and Taurus doesn't notice and they don't feel like the Scorpio is controlling them, it really might work and not be a bad thing at all. And they can definitely enjoy a stable relationship. But if Taurus does feel like Scorpio is trying to dictate how they go about things, things can definitely get messy. Add in jealousy issues and both of their needs to feel like they own each other, and you can definitely have some arguments and some challenges. When you have all this going on, things just might get a little too intense, and eventually one or both is going to want to break away from that and get that freedom and, back to their own way. They're going to break away from that just kind of out of nowhere almost, because they're going to just suddenly feel like they need to have their own way back and they need that freedom, which is not like some signs where they need to be super independent and adventurous, but they just need to feel like they have their things the way that they want them. And when I say things, I also mean life. When you have a Taurus, they can let anger build and build under the surface. And when you have a Scorpio, they can kind of do that same thing where they eventually are going to seek revenge, but they kind of can let things simmer for a while and they can hold on to grudges and let things stew. So when things eventually reach a boiling point and everything just kind of comes to a head, that can be when they both just kind of break away from each other, or one breaks away from the other, kind of just like almost out of nowhere. Things can really work out if they're both similar enough where they don't feel like they have to change for the other, or if they feel like they can just get themselves on the same page. And the more mature each sign is and other influences in their chart can help the relationship really be a great one. Yes, there's some pretty difficult challenges, but the two can definitely work through that and get past that and have a happy relationship. So that is Taurus and Scorpio compatibility. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. I put up new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Monday and Wednesday are compatibility videos, so I will see you in my next video, and have a good day or night.